Welcome back, guys. We are going to be taking a look at Godox's brand new X3 Pro. It is much improved over this regular X3. It is much bigger size. Here's the regular X3 and here's the new, the X3 Pro. A good difference. This one I thought was a little small, especially for guys with fat fingers like me. This one works very good. It's very, very good. I like using it much better. Good job, Godox. But today I'm going to walk you through how to use this with multiple flashes and with single flashes. We'll be doing some pictures. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go outside and shoot some pictures of my wife. We're going to connect this to the old Canon 6D, and we're going to shoot with the 8200 to begin with. And then we'll come inside the studio and we'll shoot up there with some strobes. We'll use the MS300 lights up there and we'll go from there. So let's jump outside. All right, guys, so I've got the new Godox X3 Pro on top of the camera. So come on over and have a look at its settings on the screen. And there you can see some glare. Let's see. There we go. You can see it with a little bit of glare. That is half power, and I'll walk it over here to my light. This is an 8200 and it is set at a half a power. All right, so this is going, in this particular case, I'm going to take pictures of Denise. This is on top of the camera and we'll control this light. So I touch this. If you will come up close and get a close up of that, the back where it says half. If I want more power or less, I can just touch over here. You can see it going down 1/4, 1/8. I can do it quick if I use my finger. That's 1/256 power, all the way back to 1/1, which is full power. And I did all that just by touching from here. So we're going to set that on a tripod and take some pictures of my wife. Okay, so now she's in front of the camera. I got it at full power. Let me put her where I want her to be. Let's come over this way. I had this down so I could show you guys what I was doing, but I'm going to pull it up so I can see the shoot through it. So right now we're set on full power. So I expect this first picture to be overexposed. And yes, it's terribly overexposed. I'm gonna show you all these pictures so you get to see. So by looking at that, I would say that's probably 5 stops overexposed. So I'm gonna go to, we were at full, there's half, there's 1/64 power. I'm gonna try 1/64 and see if that gives us enough light. So the first one was full power. This is 1/64. There's a lot less power coming out this time. Small. And that, looking at the back of the screen, looks pretty good on her skin. It's dark behind her because it's almost dark out here. So I'll open up the shutter speed just a little bit to get a little bit of available light. We'll go down to 1/30th of a second. There you go, we'll try that. We have to be real careful with this shutter speed. Good. And that did let in more light behind her by opening up the shutter to let the available light in. It brought it from 1/200th of a second to 1/30th. With the power over here on 1/64 power. So you can change wherever you want. If I had another flash, I would have it categorized under B, another one would be under C. So no matter how many lights you have, you can just go A, B, C, D, and I can change them one at a time, or you can change them all at a time. So I'll shoot 2 or 3 shots here so you guys can see this. I'm gonna leave it set where it was at 1/64 power on 30th of a second, so we get a little bit of that background. Good, good smile. Twist the other way just a little bit. There you go. Good. That's 1, 2, 3. Very good. All right, guys. So we've got those. So that's how you do it outside. So let's go inside and we will hook it to some different lights. Okay, guys. That was our outside pictures. My wife was getting ready and the sun was going down in a hurry, but she got down there in time. I was able to open up a little available light going from 200 to 1/60th of a second to get more light in that background. But you can see how the trigger fired the 8200 from the camera. Very, very simple process. And you can use, I think it's up to 5 flashes at once. I'm going to show you how to do up to 3. But let me quickly go over. Now, when we did the inside pictures, we did not catch the video, but I'm going to show you the pictures anyway. All right, now the very first picture we shot was full power. And as you can tell, full power was way too strong. So then I jumped to 1/64th power. So I wish I had the recording to show you this, but it was the same process as we did outside. We were just doing the inside of the MS200. So as soon as I went to 1/64th power, it took the strobe down to, I think, about perfect. It's a little dark on the side, but I kind of like that look. I think it looks kind of cool. That was the first one. That's the second one. We're shooting at ISO 200. And I think I ended up, because I could only take the power of the studio lights to 1/32nd power, I ended up shooting like f11, because I got those studio lights because small studio wanted small lights. But in this scenario, it's okay. It was fine to shoot at f11 on this because of the black background, but you normally wouldn't want to really shoot at f11 unless you're shooting a big group. But that's what we got. That's what we did in the studio. Here's the next one. I think it looks really good. You can see the catch light in her eye. That one as well. And I think that was our last one. Yeah. Yes, that was our last one. I think she did a really good job. And we did that just like we did the outside pictures, just on top of the camera, firing away. Once I got it set, locked in at 1/64th, I just kept it going. So what I want to do now is take you guys to an overhead view where you can see how I connect all three flashes together. So let's do that. Okay, guys, I'm going to try to explain this as good as I can. I have three flashes sitting here, and one at a time I'm going to show you how to make the trigger work with them. So when you open your trigger, you've got A, B, C, and you can go on down to others, but I only have three flashes here. So the V100, I have it set to B. So I have this as flash B, flash C, and the 8200 to be the flash A. So if I'm shooting with all three of these at one time, and I want to change, say, this one, and this is B, I tap that, and you can watch this change. All right, so I'm going to hit B. This is flash B at 116, 116.03. And if I want to change that, dial up and watch this change as I turn the knob. It goes to 1.8. All right, so this will change right here. They will change at the same time. Now, are they both at a quarter power? Now they're both at half a power. So let's say I want that at half a power, but now I need to fix flash C. Then I go over here. I come down here to C, tap C. It's at a quarter power. Let's say we want to take it and make it a different strength. Hold it up, push it in. Now, that's at half power. Say I want this to be a different power. So I'm going to roll through. We'll make that one full power. That's 1/1. Or I could roll it to 1/32nd power, however we want to do it. Let's take it back down to 1/1. So that's full power. So we've got those two flashes set. So now let's say we want to set our 8200. Try to do this so y'all can see it in focus. This is a big up high, and this is A, and this is A flash. So 1/64th, it's a 1/64th. Sure we got that in focus. So this is flash A, it's 1/64. That says 1/64. So let's change the power of it. So we'll tap. I'll push the button till that turns brown. It's white, push it one more time, it's brown. Now I can control this one. Let's say we need to change the power on the 1/64. So we're at 132. We'll bring it down to 1/16th power. All right, so now they're both at 116. 116 here, 116 here. So that is how you can set up three flashes all at one time from the top of your camera. This could be on one side of the room, this could be on one side of the room, this could be on one side of the room. Or if you're in a studio setting, be your main light, your fill light, your backlight, however you want to do it. And you can keep control of all those right on top of your camera. It's very cool. It's a good size. It's not, the X3 was cool, but it was kind of small. This one's much better size I like. So let's look into the menu. Now, I'll show you what I think in here is important. Turn your high-speed sync. I keep that on. You never know when you're going to need the high-speed sync. I'm not going to use shutter control. I don't need to lock it. You've got modeling lights you can turn on. I don't know if you saw the end of, you can see this flash. I can turn the modeling light on and off and on. All right, then we can make it silent so we can hear a beep when it takes a picture. We can fire it and you'll hear the beep. You heard the beep, and this way, no beep. So then we can go up here to our menu. You got your delay. I'm not going to delay any of that. You got your screen, how bright you want to make it. Now you can turn it up bright as you want, but that's going to run down your battery. If you're shooting outside, you may need to go all the way full. If not, I usually keep mine about right there. You got your language where you've got English and Chinese. Reset, we don't want to do a reset. Here's our device info that we can check and make sure if we're up to date or whatever. I got version 1.10 in here. This is for the Canon flash, but as you can tell, I've got two Olympus flashes right here, but it will control, if this matches your Canon, like this is a Canon X3 Pro, but it will control the Olympus flashes off the camera, just like they were Canon flashes. So, but the difference is when you try to put an Olympus flash in the hot shoe of a Canon camera, then you have a problem. But if I'm just controlling Olympus flashes from here on a Canon camera, everything is fine. You can lock, and that's one thing you can do. You can hit this lock button, because if you've got it up top and you got a big forehead like me and you're leaning over, you can bump something. So you can lock it. Once you set it, you can lock it, but I don't normally do that because then I got to unlock it every time I want to change it. But it's very cool. Fires your flash right here. They all flash. And I can go through, look at my power, everything will match. And it just slides right onto the top of your camera. I'll show you. So all you have to do is when you put it on top of the camera is you just set the hot shoe and you just push it in. Now you're on the top of the camera. Now when you take it off, you want to push this button. I'm supposed to turn this off too. So I'm gonna hold the button, turn it down. So this is off, push in to release and pull it out, and I'm good to go. All right, guys, well, I hope that helped you out, showing you how to put all three flashes together. It's really, really simple. It's A, B, C, D, E, however you want to do it. You match it to one flash, give it the power. You can set them all the same. You can set them all different. You can turn some off, turn some on. You can control your modeling light. I can be across the room with this on my camera and control all the lights I've got set up in the room. It's very handy. It's very nice. And the size is just, I just love the size because it's so much nicer. I mean, this has three. Look how small they are. How small those numbers are to touch with these big fat fingers. So anyway, I think Godox has done an excellent, excellent job on this. And they are really, really kicking butt lately. And they have some new stuff coming out that hasn't been released yet, but I have seen it. And some of the stuff just blows my mind that they even come up with. It's like stuff you didn't know you needed until you see it. And you're like, oh, that's very cool. I reckon I need that. And then you go the rest of your life and you couldn't live without it. Today, you don't know it exists. But anyway, this is the X3 Pro. This is the Canon version. They sent me Canon. I still have some Canon gear. I use Lumix mostly now, but they don't seem to release Lumix as quick as they do Canon. So I keep some of my Canon stuff on hand for these exact situations. But I think this is just a fantastic upgrade from the X3. Sells for $99, and I will leave a link at the bottom. So hopefully that video will help you out if you're trying to learn how to use it, if you've ever seen it, or if you're just upgrading. There's lots of similarities as far as the way it works. This does a whole lot more. Well, I appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, leave it down at the bottom. We'll be glad to answer your questions. For helping you out, give us a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and you guys have a great day. Thank you.